And in my playbook tonight, Sarah Palin's political relevance is just about zero these days. Check this out. She's gone from the woman who was supposed to save John McCain's presidential campaign to a quitter whose primary outlet is Facebook. My next guest says Sarah Palin's use-by date has come and gone. Let me bring in Holland Cook, a talk radio consultant with McVeigh Media. Holland, what's happening here? Is this like an old 45 record that just played its course and it's all burned out now? What do you think?
Well, we live in a very short attention span society. Characters like Sarah Palin ebb and flow. She's not gone for keeps. But if you've been following her lately, she isn't exactly on a roll. She handled this spill baby spill thing horribly and got the horse laugh on talk radio last week for her Facebook post. And now she's hunkered in the bunker behind this 14-foot fence that makes it look like she's got something to hide. She ought to invite the guy over and charm him with some moose stew and at least get her side of the story in his ear. But we're going to know an awful lot more in 24 hours because Sarah Palin has a very uneven record. If you are a candidate, her endorsement is by no means a slam dunk. She has had a couple of winners lately. Obviously, Rand Paul is conspicuous, and she wasn't exactly out on a limb backing popular Texas Governor Rick Perry in his primary, a popular incumbent. She's had some wins and some losses. Jack Murtha's seat had to hurt. There was Ward Vaughn in Idaho, a Republican who helped himself to Democrat Barack Obama's 2004 convention speech. But we're going to know a lot more in 24 hours about the value of a Palin endorsement. And the two states to watch are South Carolina and California. This Nikki Haley sideshow in South Carolina with two men claiming to have had an affair with her has not weakened Sarah Palin's support. And in California, she's gone a little mavericky because she's backing Carly Fiorina, and the conservative establishment out there is with one of Fiorina's opponents. So we'll know a lot more in 24 hours about the clout of Sarah Palin.
Doesn't it always say something about your celebrity status when you end up buying your own books to move up on the charts?
Well, let's leave this to greater legal minds than us. But if money's flowing back to her through the PAC as commissions, ouch. But she has always been a fresh face. And what works for characters like Sarah Palin will ultimately work against them. We're in a short attention span society, and the fresh face gets attention and then isn't fresh anymore. So she's got to inveigle herself into stories like these races where she's doing endorsements, like the Gulf spill tragedy where she stubbed her toe. And lately she's in an ebb.
Holland Cook, always a pleasure. Great to have you with us tonight. It's pretty clear that Sarah Palin doesn't have the buzz that she used to have. Good to have you on. Some final pages in our for some final pages in our playbook tonight. Bernie Madoff has shown no remorse for stealing billions of dollars. New York Magazine says the disgraced Ponzi schemer told a fellow inmate, blank, my victims, I carried them for 20 years, and now I'm doing 150 years. While Madoff is one of the most hated men in America, he's apparently the big man in the big house. The report also said fellow inmates look up to him because he pulled off such a big scheme. And my buddy, the Dallas Cowboy quarterback, Tony Romo, could be competing against Tiger at the U.S. Open golf tournament in a couple of weeks. Romo is playing in a qualifier today against 36 other golfers. He finished his first round at 1 under par and is in contention. The top two move on to play at Pebble Beach, the U.S. Open golf tournament. Good luck, Tony.